15-year-old Leocadia Balyahele lives here, a village in Sengerema, Tanzania. She is one of 270,000 albinos in this country. Just last year, her 8-year-old sister Wazia was kidnapped, dragged into the bushes, and hacked to pieces. People wanted her body parts for potions used in witchcraft. Tanzania's albino population face a terrible scourge. They are hunted down for their skin. In the past 18 months, 60 albinos have been hunted down. Children have been dragged from their beds and killed. People ambushed in their villages, and others have simply disappeared. The slaughter continues today. Some survived the attacks, but are left severely disfigured.
Many people call names the ghost. They call it ghost. The nobodies. They mean that we don't even have a brain. We are just people, I don't know where from.
Al-Shaima Kwegyer is Tanzania's only albino member of parliament and somewhat of a celebrity. Her priority is to change public perceptions about albinos.
I've been very much discriminated when I was young, until when I was coming from school, going back home. I was crying always after classes. Always when going home, I was crying to my mother.
It was this pain that led her to adopt 2 little girls late last year. Their agony was different. Not only were they discriminated against, they were hunted for their skin. This is St. Mary's Primary School in northwestern Tanzania. Late last year, MP Al-Shaima Kwegyer brought Tindi and Bibiana Mbushi here after Bibiana was attacked in her bed. It's taken them months to fit in. Bibiana does not talk. Tindi, the youngest sister, also finds it hard to talk about the night they were attacked when sleeping in their uncle's house.
Mama alishafariki zamani na akaniacha na nyanya. Sasa tukakaa naye baba na baba akafa. Alipokufa tukaenda kwenye kilio, tukatoka kwenye kilio tukaja tukalala kwa shangazi, tukalala siku moja. Tunataka sasa kulala ya pili usiku wake. Sasa niliona tu tochi. Si nyumbani kwetu hakuna tochi. Chumbani kwetu nikaona tochi, nikaogopa, nikajifunika. Sasa akatuambia chini ya ulinzi, akaanza kukata mguu. Watoto wa shangazi wakajiongeza, wakapiga kelele. Washangazi wakakimbia, wakayakuta hayapo. Yamekimbia.
Bibiana is different from her sister. Actually, she has a fear, a very strong fear towards everybody. Even holding and talking, she still have problem in communicating. She can't answer you anything. As in, she sees everybody as somebody who is not on his side. He sees as if somebody is just coming to beat her or something like that. So she really have a big fear.
Hajafa, alituambia hivi sasa hivi nyewe mnatafutwa, yuko kule yule mnafanana naye, alishakufa.
Nani wewe alishakatwa?
alikuweko kule na mwenyewe anafanana sisi yetu, alikatwa mkono, akakatwa mkono, alafu akakatwa na miguu, alafu akatolewa na ulimi akafa.
Their uncle was arrested the next day on suspicion of being complicit in the attack. He would allegedly have shared in the cash for the body parts. Bibiana went to a hospital in Nigeria to receive a prosthetic leg. Al-Shamir took them under her wing.
If you have a child with albinism, seeming like a cause, not a human being perfectly, you are like a ghost. So sometimes my mother was threatened with this situation. Some of neighbors actually, they told her that why cannot kill him
Samuel Muluge was a founding member of the Tanzanian Albino Society, also known as TAS. Now retired, Samuel, his wife and their 5 children live on the outskirts of Dar es Salaam.
I think it's easy to target the people with albinism who are not educated. So I think we say we need inclusive education.
My father didn't agree with me to go to school and to invest anything about my studies, but my mother tried to push me much. She was trying to help me, in many ways. But I continued with the studies.
Alfred Kapole is also a member of TAS and lives on Lake Victoria.
Wito wangu kwa jamii ni kwamba jamii iondokane na mira potofu ya kutaka kusikiliza maneno ambayo yanatoka kwa waganga wasiokuwa na hekima.
The average life expectancy of an albino is only 32 years of age. Many die of skin cancer. Most live in dire poverty, and they remain outcasts in society. As if this is not enough, they face a new threat.
I can't trust anybody because of the situation. The situation is now very terrible.
There's something behind which we don't know. There is something which is hiding, but I hope we'll know it. We will know.
I think we're still fearful because we are not sure with our daily life.
Sasa kwa hali kama hii, sisi kama jamii za familia ya Kitanzania, ukweli tunajiona katika hali ya upweke sana. Hatujui tutafanya nini, na hatujui kwamba gurudumu hili la mauaji litaendelea mpaka lini. Kwa hiyo kwa hali hii, sisi wenyewe tunapokuwa tukikaa hata ndani ukilala, ukisikia hata panya akianguka chini, unafikiria kwamba nimefatwa.
About 1 out of every 3,000 people in Tanzania is born an albino. They generally have a lower education as a result that they drop out of school due to their short-sightedness. There is also much higher unemployment amongst albinos. Samuel has devoted his life campaigning for people with albinism and raising awareness of their problems. He retired after his wife Tercia fell ill last year. Albinism is a genetic condition and is often passed from parent to child.
My family is very smiling face. We like to accommodate for everyone who are neighbor, who are very close with us. So that's why people, they like just to come out to visit us and to pray and to laughing together.
Samuel's only protection are neighbors and friends. He cannot rely on the police to protect him. Unknown people have tried to break into his house many times in the past year.
They came tonight around 1 o'clock tonight, try to park the car, to open all the doors. So, in particular, the car came very silently, without to write on the lights, you see. So, when we waked up, tried to look outside, we saw the people was surrounding in our house. So after that, they ran away. Then they came back almost 60 times. Of course, always I am careful myself, because do not wait the police, you do not wait anybody, especially self-defense is very important. We are sure that we are very carefully with my family, even to work. I try to speak to my family that please be careful, because people, they are looking for us, especially these men killings who are believed for witchcraft beliefs.
Years back, when a woman bears an albino baby, was killed instantly when born. But now I wonder why they said albino body makes people wealth. That's what I'm worried. Before we were being killed instantly. Now they want our body parts. 30 people have already been killed, rudely.
In Mwanza region, since the time the killings began, we have 19 cases. In Mara region, we have 4 cases. In Kagera region, we have 3 cases. Shinyanga, we have 2, and Mbeya we have 1.
To date, the official number, according to government authorities, is 28 people with albinism who have been killed. But according to independent NGOs, the number is said to be over 60 albinos who have been killed.
For those who have been maimed, I think there is no one who has been maimed and left alive.
According to the information I have, the number of people wounded or survived the victims is about 10.
Tanzania is a peaceful country surrounded by a troubled continent. It's made up of over 100 tribes, but has remained unaffected by the tribal conflict that plagues its neighbors. There are 40 million people in this East African country. 270,000 of those suffer from albinism.
but we are united in the form of the fact that, you know, we have a lingua franca, Kiswahili. We are one people. People here are Christians, they are Muslims, and still you hear beliefs about, you know, witchcraft and the, you know, killings of albino. So that's why it baffles me.
Some believe that the skin of an albino holds extraordinary medical powers, enough so to hunt them down, kill them, and take their body parts. The killings are organized, well planned, and almost professionally executed. Some say syndicates are behind the slaughter, and that the body parts land up with certain witch doctors. Dr. Simeon Masaki is a renowned sociologist based in the commercial capital of Dar es Salaam. He has extensively researched witchcraft and has written on the issues of albinism.
Belief systems, you know, have been entrenched, and there's a lot of ignorance. And now there are people who are gullible, who can be, you know, duped into believing that, you know, you can do wonders, you know, with witchcraft medicine. Or
the witch doctor has his thugs, young people. He hires young people. The young people go researching where a weak person is seen or a child.
Those killers entered and took the 5-year-old girl, cut with machetes at the moment. And they said to the others, you keep quiet. If you talk, we'll also do the same as we are doing here. They put the pot, drained the blood, and drank it immediately. I don't know if the witch doctor still told them to do so. After that, they cut the legs and hands. They throw the body there. They ran.
This is very shameful cases, very shame crime. It's very shame. Because let me also tell you one thing, that sometimes we have idea that even the families of that albinos sometimes are involved in. Don't they hear even the voice of this albino when they are executed?
Most of the murders have been committed around Lake Victoria in northwestern Tanzania. And this is where our journey takes us to find out what lies behind the atrocities. Lake Victoria is the second biggest lake in the world and straddles Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda. Many of the people around the lake depend on fishing for their livelihood. But in recent years, fish stocks have dwindled. In an act of desperation, fishermen have turned to witch doctors for potions to increase their catch.
If it is the matter of fishing, they take some of the albino hair, they give him and instruct him to tie in his nets so that it can attract more fish.
Mwanza is the biggest Tanzanian city on the lake and is the hub of the country's mining and fishing industry. Some miners are also searching for a magical solution to bring more gold to the surface.
Those who are in mining business, they are given a sort of flour. The bone is grinded, mixed with some herb potions, then he's given.
Mrisho Chabu is a policeman in Mwanza. He shows us a video. It's the aftermath of a bloody attack on a 10-year-old girl.
These people are paid. Even those who are going to kill, they are paid. It's almost 200,000. It's a business.
How much to get to $200?
But we don't have a direct evidence how much, but it's more than 200,000.
I don't believe they really get rich. I don't believe. If it could be so, myself, I could sell my hairs and become rich. I could cut my finger and become rich, which is not true.
Tanzanian President Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete publicly condemned the killings and promised more protection for albinos at a rally late last year.
I think there are people who are behind this, because the days the president spoke on the demonstration, the same day they killed an albino. Now what is it? The president is talking and criticizing the killings, then the same day albino.
We are there to protect the president. Now the president does not sleep because of albinos. So we have a big concern of this problem. That is why we are doing all what we can to make sure that the killings are stopped.
Government is only advocating for the people to take care of their children. But there is no help. You know, there are 2 children from one family who disappeared in a certain village in Geita district. No efforts have been carried out to find their whereabouts. So, even according to the African culture, they have not conducted a funeral for them. Nobody knows where they are, and nobody cares.
Not far from Wanza is the School for the Blind. It's now being used to house albino children whose parents fear for their safety. It's the government's initiative to show both the international community and locals that steps are being taken to protect the vulnerable.
There are no services, no good services for the children. The children there are very tender. They need keen and very special services. But the government do not do that. What they do, as I saw, other children walk barefooted. They don't have shoes. They do not brush their teeth. They do not access medical services. So for me, as a journalist, I see that that one is a sort of smoke screening.
Na sasa imejenga hofu katika jamii na mazingira mazima ambako watoto wetu wanatoka. Sasa hali sio nzuri. Sasa cha kufanya labda tu ni kuendelea sasa kuimarisha ulinzi katika mazingira yetu, kwa sababu bado hali si nzuri, na watoto wetu hawa ambao tunao hapa bado wana ile hofu, bado hawajawa comfortable hata wanapokuwa katika mazingira yao ya nyumbani. Bado amani haipo kwa sababu ya matukio bado yanaendelea kutukia mpaka sasa. Bado inatia hofu, na bado vijana wetu wanajifunza katika mazingira ya hofu, hasa katika kipindi hiki ambapo sasa wanaelekea kwenda likizo. Wengi wameogopa kwamba pengine labda ndio kwa heri hatutaonana tena mwalimu. Wengine wanakuambia kwamba labda ndio mwisho, sasa hatutaonana tena.
Laurent Kiliba battles to accommodate the children as more and more parents leave them at the school. 62 children have been left here in the past few months.
Ndio bado lipo, wanakuja. Bado wapo wanakuja. Hapana, hatujarudisha.
There is a fence, they've put a fence, but myself, I'm worried also to that school. They can go there. They are able. I think they are not settled, but they are not yet prepared, but they are able to go there. Those people, they are killers. You know, killers, how killers are.
Albino body parts has led the killers to graveyards, where they've dug up corpses in search of the bones. This is one example of the lengths they would go to obtain their goal. At this isolated farmstead, a 10-year-old albino girl, her mother and pregnant sister were all killed on the same night. Their uncle, Charles Manyibuluba, was first on the scene.
Alipofika kwangu hapa akanipa taarifa, mjomba huko tumevamiwa. Tumevamiwa na watu, mama amekatwa panga na dada yangu Monica amekatwa mapanga. Jumla na dada yangu Rebecca amekatwa panga na wameisha kufa kabisa. Kwa dada yangu. Nilipofika huko nikaanza kuangalia kwanza dalili ya hali ya hewa ya nyumbani kwao hapo, na sikuona kitu chochote, na niliendeleza kuanza kuchunguza kuangalia hivi nitaona nini hapa. Sikuona kitu chochote. Mwishoni niliamua nipige yowe.
Neighbors searched for the killers who managed to escape. They left behind a bicycle with a packet tied to it. In the packet was the murdered child's severed leg. No one was arrested. The albino child was buried separately from her mother and sister to protect the remains.
They buried her at night with few people present. Then they demolished the house. After some weeks, they said that there were some people coming and trying to dig out the bones. So after knowing this, the family started again to bring some clay and sand from other places and put over the grave until it became so huge, about 2 meters high. Another example is one Mariam. She was a standard 2, a class 2 child who was killed by unknown people, and both of her legs were cut. So she was buried in a house. But you know, they didn't demolish the house. What all the men there did was just her grandfather decided to put his bed just on top of the grave. And he's sleeping there every night to make sure that nobody comes and dig out the body of his grandchild.
Who are the people lurking behind this trade? How easy or difficult is it to obtain albino body parts in and around Mwanza? Local journalist Osoran Wanga agreed to go undercover for us. Using a spy camera, he captured footage of witch doctors and accomplices plying their trade.
I talked to one of the witch doctor, and he confessed that he has been doing the bone threads. So we agreed. We made the deal. If he can sell me 1 bone. We went there. We got the person who is hiding it. We talked the business over, and he agreed that that one is an albino bone. He dug the bone from the grave some times ago in a town called Musoma.
Lakini hii ya zamani hii. Zamani sio ya leo jamaa.
Lakini wewe uliona?
Ya zamani, hiyo ya zamani. Uliona kabisa? Kaja akakuona. Kuliko hapo kale. Kwa kale kidogo.
Sasa we made a deal and he accepted to take something like $300 US. The next day, we went with my colleagues, with the witch doctor. After bargaining, he showed us the bone.
This is so small. This is very small. It's for here. Yeah. But is it this or is this that? This side. It looks like a cow or a goat.
That one was a human being born. It was a human being born. Yeah, it was not a dog's born, it was not a goat's born or cow. Yeah, I'm a grown-up person, I can differentiate. We wanted to test the bone because we were told that, you see, an albino bone interferes with the transmission of the radio. He was so eager, he was so ready, and he promised to go and collect the other bones. So we didn't buy the bone. Yeah, we wanted just to know if it is true. And on top of the bone, the guy showed us an albino ear. We didn't agree on the price. He told us that if we are willing to buy the ear, if we are willing to buy an albino oil, if we want to buy, then we can make a deal.
There have been arrests, some of them suspected dealers, some of them traditional healers thought to be witch doctors. Kurun Kulija is a healer. His mentor was arrested on suspicion of murder, but later released.
Mimi mganga sio mchawi. Mchawi kwa kweli kuelezea siwezi nikaelezea. Mchawi hapa tunasikia tu mchawi. Sasa huwezi ukamwelezea kwamba mchawi, nasikia kwamba wanafanya hiyo mambo usiku. Sasa huwezi ukamtambua kwamba mchawi anafanyaje. Huku mimi sijawahi kuliona au kulisikia. Yoga nasikia lakini sina ushahidi wa kuwa kwamba hilo lipo. Sasa na kwa kuwa jina letu imeshaharibika la waganga, siwezi nikasema kwamba nisemeje, si kitu kikiharibika, samaki moja kiharibika, zote zimeharibika. Kwa hiyo siwezi nikakataa kwamba jina letu imeharibika. Ndio maana nasema kwamba hata polisi wanatushambulia sana sisi waganga kwamba tunafanya hivyo. Lakini labda kuna baadhi ya watu tu kama akifanya mmoja na kumbe hata 100 mnasema kwamba waganga wote wanafanya hili, lakini sio hivyo.
We are arresting so many people who are suspected to be to be involved in it, and it's almost more than 30, of course.
The police are not winning these games. Because, you know, the problem with the Tanzanian police, I don't know if it is a shame or what. The problem is this. When an incident happens, they come, they arrest people randomly without any element of evidence, randomly, just to show people that there is something being done. But at the end of the day, they do not have concrete evidence that can convict a person before the judge.
Other people might think that Tanzania now is a problem, all albinos are in danger. Really, we are doing all what we can as a national effort to do all what we can. I'm sure it will not going to be above us. We are going to defeat it.
It can take up to 5 years for a suspect to go to trial. Not one of the now 56 suspects arrested have seen their day in court. Some have not even been charged. There is also now a new fear. An outspoken journalist like Osora must be careful. He has been threatened with his life.
I'm also fearful. But what should I do? If you can see how they kill an albino, it touches you much than the fear of you being hurt. So I have to work for the cause of the people with albinism. Because I witnessed one of the victim it hurted me more. And I said that whatever happens to me, I have to do whatever I can to make sure that I put this open so that the government can take steps